I want to tell you a story today. There was a young man whom at the age of 17 ran away from home because he thought he knew everything. And he thought he knew enough to make his way in the world. So he told his father, "I'm going to take my leave of you, for I have everything that I need." His father reluctantly let him go. And he went out into the world and fell upon hard times. The little money that he had, he squandered on things that were not to be, that were not good to be. And this son, for several years, lived under a bridge of St. Stephen's Street. And this bridge, he could often be found. At night, he drank himself to sleep. People abused him. People spat on him. People called him a loser, and people had no mercy or compassion for him. For many years, he lived this way, till one day he decided that he would at least call his father and see if he could get some help, maybe a handout. Maybe his father would not be so mad at him that he wouldn't at least give him a little bit of charity. And so he called his father on the phone. And he said, "Father," left a message on the machine because his father was not there. He said, "Dad, I'm stopping by. Can you look me in the eye?" He grabbed a bus ticket. He went home. As he got off the bus, he looked around to see if he could see his father. And his father was there. His father was holding a big sign. It said, "Son, welcome home." There was a wife. For many years lived in a marriage with her husband. She cheated on him twice. In her heart, she knew it was wrong. In her heart, she knew that she was done something so bad to misplace the trust in this relationship. And so, she finally one night, when her husband got home from work, before her heart grew cold, she confessed all to him. About the two times that she had cheated on him. The husband listened, thought for a second, with tears in his eyes, left the house. He drove into town and went to a shop and bought a white wedding dress. He took it home to her. They both danced to the song of forgiveness. There was a man who, when he had turned into teenager years, he knew everything. He told his parents that he no longer believed in God. He estranged himself from his parents. He followed many different paths. He became a Buddhist at one time. Got married, got divorced, worked in a strip club, being a doorman. Lost custody of his son. In the midst of his darkness, he found God still waiting to call him back. He went home. And everything was returned to him. The prodigal son. How many of us are prodigals? How many of us daily fall away? How many of us run from the source of love and life? Think we know better? You see, the father in the story of the prodigal son is God. The young man is humanity. It's you and I. We consistently run away because we think we know better. Give us our inheritance now. We know best how to use it. And we dishonor He who made us. God is like the Father in the story of the prodigal son, because He sees us in our depraved state. And when we're most broken down and our heart is most broken, and it is when we have finally found that heart of repentance that we will come to God and say, at least accept me as the lowest of the low, as the least of your servants. That's when God opens up His arms. He presents us the kingdom. Puts upon us a fine robe of fine raiment. The last of those people I spoke to you about reformed his ways and became a priest. You see, the story of the prodigal son is about repentance. It's about turning away from that which took you away from God in the first place. As we enter into this holy season, as we come close to Lent, it's about repentance. It's about shedding off the old man and his clothes, the sinfulness, the things that separate us from our Father. It's about bringing us closer to God. The message of the prodigal son is as important to us today as it was then, because we are all prodigals in some way, shape, or form, whether it be on a yearly basis, monthly, or even daily. We continually turn away from a loving God, and we forget that it was He who provided all that was good for us. Don't spend so much time away from your Father. Don't waste the time you have on trivial things. Do not exchange the eternal kingdom and the treasures of that kingdom for just little baubles that the world offers you. They will crumble away and fall to dust. But the treasures of your Father in heaven are so much greater and everlasting. Sure, the path is hard, but it is worthwhile. Accept the loving embrace of your Father in heaven. Come to His cross for repentance. Amend your ways and accept His love. In the name of the Father, and the Son,